Discover over 110 years of tradition and fine craftsmanship. The Mont Blanc pen is now one of the most prestigious awards in all of PhD. Qualified to be part of the $1 Million Annuity Circle as a closer or a generator. Each level, you will be awarded a new Mont Blanc pen, and each level awards you a new pen of a higher value. Only the finest gift will do for a builder of this quality. It's time to checkmate your competitors and dominate our business.
That's the quality of stuff that's coming from my training department now. And what we're talking about there is the $1 Million Annuity Circle. The $1 Million Annuity Circle. And being a member of the $1 Million Annuity Circle, the first thing that happens is you get an absolute gorgeous Mont Blanc. We don't even call them pens. What's a Mont Blanc? Mont Blanc is a writing instrument. It's a writing instrument, okay? And here's the beautiful thing about it, is that we have 5 levels. We have 5 levels. It's all on personal production. It's all on personal production. Now, the entire presentation that I'm giving you today is on this computer. So MDs, you have every right to ask for a copy of this. You can show it to your team. You can, get everybody closer to where you're able to see that video, but it's quality stuff. It's quality stuff. So you get to 1 million, you get a beautiful pen. Okay, your leader, Dina Esquivel, is a member of the $1 Million Annuity Circle. Okay. You get to 2 million, you get a nicer pen. You get to 3 million, you get a nicer pen. You get to 4 million, you get an even nicer pen. And you make it to the $5 million annuity circle. They say that, yeah, right. They say that pen is worth over the value is $3,000. So you're looking at having 5 beautiful writing instruments. And these just aren't pens that you say, hey, you know what? Hey, mom, I need a pen. Here you go. No, these are heirlooms. These are absolute heirlooms, I promise you, okay? And so it's based on personal production. So some of you are thinking, well, wait a minute now. If I get an appointment and I match it up to Dina, she's going to get all the credit, not me. No, that's not how it works. Because it's a split. So if it's a $500,000 annuity that gets placed, she gets credit for $250, you get credit for $250, or however the percentage works. That goes into your total, that goes into her total, commissions are paid, points are paid, or whatever. But we're looking at placed premium. And you might say, wow, $1 million is a lot. No, it's not. I'm going to show you slides tonight that you're going to walk away from here saying that is absolutely incredible. You want to see them?
Yeah.
All right, everybody get $5 and pass it forward. All right. All right. I mentioned this on place. In other words, it's not unsubmitted. It's not unsubmitted. When do you get paid points for annuities? When it's submitted or when it's placed? When it's placed. Okay, when it's placed. So with that said, it's very important that we make sure our application is going in clean. And we have a phenomenal group of people. It's almost like the relay. Olympics are coming back around, right? Is the relay the one where they pass the baton? Yeah. So I'm only with the high school, so that's all I can think about. High school track's a quarter mile, so you got 4 people, right? So the first part of that leg of that race is you and your CFT. You get that application, you get it all ready, get it scrubbed, getting it ready to go, you submit it, and boom, you're handing off the baton. And then it goes to the 2 young ladies that we have in our department that handle the annuity applications. They handle your application, they scrub it even further to make sure everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be, right? And then they hand it off. They hand it off to the carrier. They hand it off to the carrier. Boom, the carrier, F&G, SILAC, whoever it is you're submitting your annuity business with. They're the third leg. They're going to take that application. They're going to have it go through suitability to make sure everything's correct. They're going to say, it's approved. We're waiting for what?
The money.
The money, funds. We're waiting for the funds. The funds get there. It gets put into a policy. The baton then gets passed back. The baton then gets passed back to who? To you, to get the policy delivery receipt signed, turned in, get the policy delivered, and that's when you get paid. All right. So this pin is based around the last 12 rolling months. It's just like the ring program. It's just like the ring program. It's based on what you've done the last 12 months. You always need to be careful of what you did 12 months ago. We have people that were $3 million annuity in the $3 million annuity circle. 2 months ago, they're in the circle. Now they're at 1.2. Why? Because they did a lot of that a year ago. So you got to always continue to what? To match what you did the month 12 a year ago, and then add 2 in order to move forward. Make sense? And then, of course, most importantly, splits count for split percentages. So this is our current list of the $1 million annuity circle. We have 15. I'm so excited. We went from 11 last month to 15 this month in the company, which tells me that we are definitely heading in the right direction. Our leader is Andrew and Jennifer Gaines out of Dallas, Texas. 2,836,000. Bill Corman, 2,295,000. Chris and Mary Philp, 1,885,000. Then we have Colin. We have Hansberry. That Juan was talking about earlier, 1.7. We have William and Shireen Nazario, 1,752,000. They just won the $10,000 bonus.
Wow.
They just won a $10,000 annuity bonus. The reset date is 8/17, August 17th, Dina. August 17th is the beginning. So we go back to August 17th. The next one that gets five applications for $1 million place premiums, you get a $10,000 bonus up in your check. And then we'll figure out that reset date and we'll run for the balance of the year. William and Shari Nazario, you will find out they've only been selling annuities for 4 or 5 months. Look at their numbers because they're focused on who it is they talk to. Then we have the Orianos from Corona. We have Mason. Then that young lady right there, and Adina Esquivel. 1,378,000. Yeah, the Correa, they're also, by the way, Nazario is from Puerto Rico. Correa is from Puerto Rico, 1,372,000. We have Castro from San Diego, Garcia from up north. The Coulters from Tennessee. David and Alyssa Sika are going to be the youngest millionaires in the company by the end of the year. The youngest millionaires in the company. 24, 25 years old. Very, very blessed to have worked with Alyssa. She was in my office in Montclair for many, many years before David took her away. But you know, God has his way of bringing people together that are going to do dynamic things. This young couple is just absolutely incredible. They are at 1,102,000, and Lance Christmas is finishing up the group. In fact, he got his $1 million pen delivered to him this evening. He lives in the Midwest, 1,054,000. So our goal is to have 40 by the end of the year. I'm continually reaching out. Dina, how often do I text you? Almost every week. I'm reaching out to everybody in this $1 million annuity circle so I can tell them, hey, what's coming off? What needs to be added? How do you get to the next level? And then I'm always working with everybody that's at 500,000. How can we get you to 500,000 up to $1 million? Okay, because this is something that I'm very, very serious about because this really, really drives the overall number. So my question is, who wants a Mont Blanc pen? They're beautiful. Sylvia and I got a $2 million Mont Blanc pen 2 years ago at TGA's big event. It got presented to me by Anita. I looked at it. I gave it to Sylvia. The last time I seen it. Last time I seen it. She did. She went to a fast start school in Texas. EIP, Jason Graciani's fast start school. And I said what I just said. And she stopped me and she said, you don't know. Our daughter, in fact, our daughter's wedding anniversary 1 year today. A year ago, she got married. She says, you don't know that I took that pen out and I personally handwrote every single address on every envelope in the invitations with that $2 million pen. So, you know, sentimentally, I said, okay, can I hold it anyway? She said, so I want you to get your notes out right now. We're going to take 2 minutes and I'm going to put it on a timer. 2 minutes. In fact, what I want you to do is get with the road that you're in. You got it? You might have to go back when you have to draw by yourself. Or why don't you come up with it? I want you to get with the road that you're in right now, whether it's 2, 3, or 4 people. I want you to come up with a list. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I want you to write down as many positive things you know about an annuity. As many positive things that you know about an annuity that you can write on your paper. Ready, set, go. That includes you, Vegas. One more minute. Many positive things that you think about an annuity. 30 seconds. I don't forget, bro. All right, you ready? I'm gonna tell you a funny story first, because I like to have a good time. So I trained in the old Riverside office one time, and I accidentally left my flash drive in the computer. And so I called Jose, because I know he was working the computer, and they had went to Denny's, I think. Is it Denny's? Yeah. So I said, hey, I'll just meet you over there. You don't got to come back. So I go over there, and him and Leslie are sitting there with the kids, and if I remember right, and they're getting ready to order and this and that. And yeah, I said, hey, thanks, I got to get going. Thank you very much. I wasn't in this position. I was just an MD or senior marketing director in the organization at that time. You know what Leslie said to me? He says, can you stay so we can order from the senior menu? Oh. We want to order from the senior menu. You thought I forgot about that. Every time I order from the senior menu, I think of you. Hey, you might think you're never gonna do it, but once you get to that age, you're like, you got a senior discount? Military discount? No? You got a white man in the roof discount? Anything? All right, here we go. 5 reasons. You ready? All right. Number 1, let's see if you get this one. Safety.
Got it.
Yes.
Understand, say, I have power.
I
No, you don't got nothing. You want to try it again?
Yeah.
Say, I have power. You know why? All those cats over there that are selling security, series, what are all the series liable on? They don't want to get all those series licenses, sell stock, bonds and investments, and variable annuities. You know a word they're not allowed to say in their vocabulary? Guaranteed. You have the power to say, I have something that I can give you guarantees with. Number 1 is safety. Somebody buys an annuity and they keep that annuity in force for the time frame, 7, 10, 14 years. There's a guarantee they're not going to lose their principal. That's powerful. You have no idea how powerful that is. People are out there showing all these projections, 10, 12, 14. All that junk. That's all illusions anyway. Man, I can sell annuities tomorrow just telling somebody, hey, what is it doing? I can guarantee you're not losing your money. You lost money in your 401k, right? I guarantee you with an annuity, you're not gonna lose a penny ever. And when times are good, you're gonna gain. You know how powerful that is? So don't get stuck on how much the interest rate and the allocation and how's it performed. Man, you've got guarantees. You have a guarantee. Sitting with a stockbroker one time, 3 or 4 years ago on a Zoom call. Well, you're projecting you're not going to for sure. Okay, let me show you the guarantee. He said, show him the guarantee column. That's what he said. All right, listen to the guarantee column. This guy was 47 years old. He had $250,000 401k. All right, listen, what age do you want to retire? 67. All right, let's look at the guarantee. Worst case scenario, you never earned 1 penny on this. Oh my gosh, you got all your money plus $2,000. So if this annuity doesn't perform for 27 years, Mr. Stockbroker, that would be, well, what would happen if you left it in the 401k return? Where's it going to be there? So don't be scared of the guarantee as far as showing the illustration. The bottom line is safety. That's the first one. Okay. Number 2, there's no contract fees. Oh, there's contract fees with annuities. That's nonsense. There are no contract fees with annuities. If you had riders, yes. Who in here bought a car recently? Somebody please say yes.
Right here. Here.
Great. 2021. If you extend the warranty.
Yeah.
Could you? Yes. Okay, so if you did get the extended warranty, would you pay more for it? Or would you have gotten more benefits?
Yeah.
You would have gotten more, right? Maintenance or whatever. Whatever goes with it. So you're getting something more, you're paying more, but you're what?
Get it more.
Getting something more. That's the only time you have a fee on an annuity. Well, wait a minute, Gene. This guy bought his annuity 3 years later, he took his money on it, and he got with a $47,000 fee. Oh, no, he didn't get with a $47,000 fee. He got hit with a $47,000 penalty. Because he took his money out before the contract was due, okay? We're not even talking about taxes yet, buddy, right? That's just, that, so there are no fees with annuities. That is not true. Tax deferred growth. This is a beautiful thing. Okay, how old are you? 25. You're gonna blink 3 times, you look like me. Right, Mom? So tax deferred growth allows somebody like you to send money ahead to somebody like me and not worry about paying taxation on it at all during the growth period. You take taxation, your tax when you take distribution. Okay, we'll talk about that here in a minute. Tax deferred growth is a beautiful thing. Here's that guaranteed word again, guaranteed income for life. Tell me where you can get guaranteed income for life. What's the number one thing that people think is guaranteed income for life?
Social Security.
Social Security, thank you very much. Social Security is not guaranteed for life. Social Security is guaranteed as long as there's money there to pay for you. And when you had the baby boomer generation, all of us hitting Social Security right now, there's far more of us than you paying into it. It's drying up. It's drying up. I'm just happy that I'm of an age I'm gonna get it. Sorry, youngster.
They sent me a letter saying that my max time would be 67. They only have 70% available.
Wow.
And that was a letter from the Social Security.
No, I didn't get that right. Not paying all your Social Security. No, but we don't know. Yeah, but we don't know we don't know it's not guaranteed.
Right.
Oh, I got a pension. Great, good for you. The pension's gonna pay as long as there's pension money in the fund. 401ks were started back in 1978. Why? Because the government realized, number one, when all the baby boomers start to retire, they're not gonna have the tax money rolling in. We're one of the worst countries in the world saving money. So they put together this program to say, let's give them an incentive to save money by doing it tax deferred, lowering their tax liability now, they'll get more in their bring home check. And then we'll send all that money ahead. When all those baby boomers start to retire and they're not paying taxes, now all these 401ks are gonna bring in tax dollars. Does that make sense? And that's exactly what a 401k is. It wasn't a bad concept. The only bad part is it's all invested where? In the stock market. 5 years ago, we wouldn't have been having this conversation. 5 years ago, I'd be up here trading about retirement whole life or universal life or something. We're trading on annuities right now because the market has done what it's done. And people are losing billions of dollars. Write this down. You want a catchphrase? What's your name? I'm gonna pick on you all night, by the way. Jacob. Sorry, young man right there. Jacob. Did you know that millions of Americans are losing billions of dollars in their retirement because it's invested in the market? Write that down. You want a question to ask somebody just to see if they have interest? Are you aware that millions of Americans are losing billions of dollars in their retirement plans like 401ks, 403bs, TSPs, because they're invested where? Direct in the market. Yeah, if they give you one of those, yeah, you must be, right, you must be one of those guys. You lost money? Yeah. So write that in there. So Reggie, if I could show you something or have one of our retirement experts show you something that'll guarantee you'll never lose another penny of your money. And when times are good, you'll earn, but you never have to worry about the loss anymore with your current 401k or wherever you have your money. Is that something you'd at least be interested in seeing?
Yes.
Set it up. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Once you see it, you pour it into your name. Right?
Right.
Simple. You might say, well, that's easy for you to say, Dean. That comes across real well. But that's not me. That's not my language. You need to make it your language. You need to make it your language. Millions of Americans are losing billions of dollars because their retirement plans, like the 401k, 403bs, and others are invested directly in the market. What do you currently have? We'll talk about that in a minute, okay? And of course, long-term care rider. A lot of the annuities now have built-in benefits that if somebody has an incurable illness, a terminal illness and things of that nature, they're waiving some of the penalties or all of the penalties in some cases, so they have access to their money. They're not getting additional money. They just have access to their money without worrying about paying penalties. But you can add additional long-term care riders on there, which comes with an additional what? The three-letter word? B. Because they're getting what? Something additional. Makes sense? So what that said, long-term care riders. Here's a big one right here. Here's, and if you don't hear anything else tonight, hear this. And annuity is not a retirement vehicle. Really. You give me someplace where you can put your money. Tax deferred. You have guarantee against loss. You have guaranteed lifetime income. With the ability to grow it when times are good. And you're gonna tell me it's not a retirement vehicle? That's nonsense. An annuity is an IRA. A qualified annuity is an IRA, an individual retirement account, or if you look up, you just Google IRA, IRS IRA, and you'll get IRS information. You're gonna see the name IRA, it's also gonna say individual retirement annuity. It is a retirement vehicle. Here's a big illusion. Well, I got a 401k, I don't want to cancel my 401k. You're not canceling your 401k. When you roll your money over your 401k, you're not canceling it. You want to hear this? You want to hear a crazy analogy? I used it twice in the horse fund. You ready?
Here.
Got a 401k right now, it's got 300,000 in there. Let's just pretend it's a cookie. You didn't take any of those cookies out, but over the last few years, you noticed that the jars dropped about 25% down. You didn't even eat the cookies.
The government did.
So all I'm suggesting is to open up that cookie jar, take out those cookies and move it into an annuity where you're guaranteed you'll never ever lose any more than you've already lost, with the ability to grow them back. Now that cookie jar goes to zero. The 401k goes to zero. And guess what's gonna happen on the next pay period? You're putting in your 3% or whatever it is, they're matching it, it starts at zero and it will all up go right back up. So all you're doing is taking the money out and putting it where? Someplace else. You're not gonna lose that.
They could roll over without the fertilizer.
Yeah, there's certain rules. We'll talk about those in a bit. 59.5 rule is very, very important. All right, let's talk about the opportunity. So there was 310, listen to this. Listen. $310 billion of annuity sales. That's placement, by the way. The industry doesn't talk about submission. 310 billion annuity placement sales in 2022. 310 billion. We are only trying to get one of them. We just want one. Made a commitment, BDD, that we are going to get $1 million of annuity in a 12-month period. But there's only one way we're going to do it. Is if we have the entire army facing the same direction, doing the same things, creating appointments. If you're not skilled enough to close it, if you're not skilled enough to close an annuity, you're doing what? You're generating appointments. You're matching up those appointments to the leaders that can close them. And you're getting trained along the way and getting paid along the way. And after just a few short, maybe 8-10 appointments that you run with a field trainer, you're going to be ready to do it on your own. Imagine for a second, you got 10 people in this office that are closed. You're CFP level 4 and you're closed. Let's say we grow this office to 100 associates. And every single week, every associate comes up with 2 appointments. 2 appointments. 200 annuity appointments in matched up with each other. It's so ridiculous to think how easy this can be. The question is, are you talking? Are you talking? And you're probably not, right? And we're going to talk about some of the things you can say here in a minute. Let's talk about Steve's group, baby boomers. Okay. Yeah, there's offices I go into, I have to say my group, because they're doing my age. This office got a few of us here. The baby boomer generation, by the way, is gonna transfer $30 trillion. $30 trillion of wealth between now and the end of 2029. $30 trillion. Football fans? Great, I almost said great. 49er fans? Any 49er fans? One. Okay, George right there. So how did the 49ers name come about? Because in 1849, it was the largest mass movement of American people to a location for wealth. It was called what? The Gold Rush. San Francisco. From 1849 to 1856, I don't know how much gold was unearthed, but they say in 1856 it was gone. It was done. How many years do we have between now and 2029, December 2029, when the last baby boomer retired? About 6 years, right? So we're in a modern day gold rush right now. A modern day gold rush to get our part of 30 trillion. How much of that 30 trillion is yours? If you really make the decision today, you know what? I'm going to start generating appointments for annuities by asking some questions to people, by stirring the bucket a little bit. I'm going to get some appointments set up. I'm going to lean on my leadership that are closers to get it done. I'm going to be in the training and watch it happen. I'm going to get better to where I can do it myself. I'm going to follow one. I'm going to follow one, and I'm going to become a CFT level 4. Because you know where this is going? Well, if you know why I'm saying it. This is visionary. We have to have vision, right? Our training department has vision. Let's move this ahead 4 years. Company's now 250,000 agents. We got agents spread out everywhere. A lot of them don't have upline. Whatever it might be. Somebody comes across a juicy $1 million annuity opportunity. And they're like, I have no idea who to match this to. But you know what? They said there's a list of bamboo. They said there's a list of bamboo. They go into bamboo and they pull it up, and there's a CFT4 listing by state. Who's in that state, if they're bilingual, what their qualifications are, what their bio is. And you get to pick and choose who it is you match that appointment out to. They live in Riverside, California. They live in Connecticut. The person lives in Riverside, California. All of a sudden, they need to ask about service. By the way, she's part of the $15 million annuity circle.
That's right.
That's where we're going. And then guess what? Boom, she gets a phone call. And he's running this appointment. Here's the address. They live on Nubia Street. Not cool. All of a sudden, she runs the appointment, locks it up, boom. It's shared with the person that's on the other end. She gets paid, they get paid, the person else, she gets points, they get points. Can you see where this is going?
Yeah.
So when this man stands up here and takes out of his bag to come all the way from Dallas to tell you how important it is to become CFP level 3 and 4, you need to take this serious. If you walk out of the store tonight being the same person you walked in, and you're not happy with where you are, that's on you. 100% on you. Well, we all can take a step today to say, I am making a stand right now. Now, how many of you here think I'm trying to tell you to sell more annuities? Raise your hand. Because I am. But what I'm not doing is telling you not to recruit. Because when you recruit, you have inventory. One shared that. He shared that. Who hit PC last month?
That's a good question.
9, 8, 7, 6. Anybody? Somebody hit President's Club last month in the company. And every single one of those new agents was field trained, as one talked about, and the top 25 was developed. That is all of a sudden 250 opportunities, not only to recruit, but to complete an FLS. See what they're looking at as far as their retirement, see what their needs are as far as life. So if you're not recruiting, you have no inventory. So what are we doing? Talking to people in the mall? Talking to people at the gas station? Those are all great things. But is it going to lead you to prosperity? You need to recruit. We need to build this office. We need to build this office. I want to congratulate you. It's bigger today than what it was last time I was in Riverside. I wasn't in this position last time I was in Riverside. but I think it's bigger, there's definitely more people here today than here, so that's a good sign, right? But with that said, you know, this $1 trillion, so just in case you don't know what $1 trillion looks like, that's what it looks like. Those are $100 bills. That's only one of them. That's only one of them. Jose Malgar. You're the only one that can see this. Nobody else can see it. There's a forklift just came out of that door right there.
Yeah.
Comes back behind that truck, comes over here and picks up that pallet. Backs up and says, Mr. Malgar, which bank is this going to? It's $130 million. Where's it going to? I'm telling you, this is untapped. We are in untapped territory here. And if we allow all the suits and all these firms just to sit back and take all this business and not even go out and work for it like we have to do, we must, you know, we need to check ourselves. Where do you think this market is, by the way? Who's closing annuity? The people that I called out, the 4 people I called out, please stand. 1, 2, 3. And you know, I mentioned your name earlier as being the leader. Congratulations. So Laura, tell me about the last annuity. I don't want to know how long ago. Tell me who it was. A new recruit. So was it the recruit himself or somebody in their top 25? I'm sorry?
The recruit themselves.
Recruit themselves. Thank you very much.
John and Sherry Springer, and she is someone that I met in Nelson. Husband and wife.
Okay. Very fine. So if you didn't catch the fact that every single one of these tapped onto what? A cold market or a warm market? A warm market. See, here's the illusion. The illusion is that the $1 million annuity is out there somewhere and I gotta go find them. I gotta go look for people that just like Gene and Steve. Right? You could have gray hair if you had, out there. Right? I'm going looking for people that look like Gene. Because they're baby boomers. They got the money. He said it. No. It's right around you. It's in your warm market. It's the people you're recruiting. It's the people that you're meeting, people that you do business with, people that you used to work with. It's all around us. We just gotta talk about it. They gotta know what we're doing. I promise you, if you decided to make a decision, David, you need to, I'm gonna talk about annuities everywhere I go. I'm gonna use that question. Do you know that millions of Americans losing billions of dollars in their retirement plans like 401ks, 403bs, because it's directly in the market? And you just make that your word when you're talking to everybody, you are gonna be floored within 2 days how many people respond to you like, yeah, Bob, I didn't know you did that kind of stuff. Really?
Say again?
Which part? Bobby? Oh, did you know that millions of Americans are losing billions of dollars in their retirements, like 401ks, 403bs, PSBs, because the money is invested directly in the stock market? And then based on their response, most of them are gonna say, yeah. You need to tap into the stock market. Are you one of those people? Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I like asking people straight out, you have 401k, yes, so how much have you made in the last? How much have you made here in the last? I ask people that question, no, I damn well know them. I want them to reverse it. Right? So with that said, that's what $1 trillion looks like. So The Big Short, how many of you have ever seen the movie The Big Short? If you left instructions, I don't know, maybe I the instructions here. But The Big Short was a great movie because it really happened. Everybody knows what happened back in 2008-9, the real estate meltdown, right? And you need to watch this movie. Write this down, The Big Short. If you have Netflix, it's on Netflix right now. It's probably on many other outlets too, but right now it's on Netflix. Thank you, Juan. Juan told me about it and I watched it. I watched it twice in one night. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes. First time I watched it, I'm like, I liked it. I think I got it. VCR out. Wait, if you're my age, can you not hear that? How many of you can hear your 8-track shift? Yeah. I can hear my 8-track shift. Come on. There's a TikTok going around of sounds. It said, if you're a baby boomer, close your eyes and tell me what it is. And they went through about 9 different sounds. It's crazy. Those are some of the
And you
sounds.
move them all.
All right, so The Big Short truly is about this gentleman right here. His name's Michael Burry. And Michael Burry, make it simple, bet against the market. He's seen that the real estate market was loaded with a bunch of junk bonds with a bunch of horrible mortgages. And he bet against it. He got a lot of people to go along with him. His hedge fund earned they made $370 million. So Patrick and David, I talked about it. So let's hear what Patrick says.
Michael Burry makes a $1.6 billion bet against the stock market, which has got a lot of people talking. So Michael Burry, famed for predicting the 2008 financial.
By the way, this is on this computer, so you'll be able to see it again.
Coming out.
There.
Okay on time? Are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
A week. Yeah. Wow, how did that happen? That's weird. That is insane. Yeah, I know. I popped up on it. So.
Did you win again to the sheriff department?
Okay, I'll tell you what, for the sake of time, we're gonna skip the video, but I'm gonna ask that.
Michael Burry makes a $1.6 billion bet against the stock market, which has got a lot of people talking. So Michael Burry, famed for predicting the 2008 financial crisis, and Big Short has positioned bearish bets against the U.S. stock market. He purchased put options against $739 million in Invesco QQQ Trust ETF shares and $886 million in SPDR S&P ETF shares, signaling a possible market downturn. Burry bets indicate a defensive stance as put options increase in value with declining stock prices, while exact amount risks aren't disclosed due to filing limitations. Burry previous high profile predictions lend attention to his market actions, despite a history of accurate predictions, such as shorting tech stocks during the dot-com bubble. Some bets like his short position on Tesla in 2020 have misfired. Burry's recent options moves against the market could be part of a broader strategy that isn't fully evident from the filings. Now,
Well, Michael Burry, interesting guy, a lot of credibility, subject to The Big Short. He was in there, prominent figure. And he's known as a contrarian, and a contrarian looks for markets that are out of sequence or that are overcooked, and they play against him, just like you might call him a bear. And so he has a history of this, looking for overcooked things. So it's not really a headline that he's a contrarian, and this is a defensive move. So he might have $3, $4, $5 billion of total investment. He's putting 1.6 against the market. And what's interesting to see, he's putting it the S&P 500, and there's a lot of people, including me, that think that's a little overcooked because 92 of those stocks are kind of stuck, but 7 of them, remember they're calling the Magnificent Seven, Tesla. Yep, is it that the only thing that's been in the S&P 500 was the Tesla bounce up? It was number one because it went from like 110 to 220, where it is now. It's 265 a week ago. And that Magnificent Seven carried it. So he's saying, I don't think Magnificent Seven can keep doing this quite so long. And so I'm going to bet against it. So when he bets against it, he thinks it's going to air out. But he's had a history of defensive postures, and he's been right more than he's wrong, although he did trip on Tesla in 2020. But he didn't lose a huge ton, but he had to back out of that position. So, but when Michael Burry says, hey, I'm thinking it might rain tomorrow, it's never a bad idea to buy an umbrella.
Like that? So why would this be important to talk about when we're talking about annuities? Because this is somebody that knows and can predict, and he predicted correct the first time. So when we have people telling us, no, 401k, I'm like, hey, my 401k came back. You've heard that recently? It bounced back. You know, I'm not down the down. It bounced back a little bit. Well, what in the world makes you think it's going to stay there? Is there a guarantee it's going to stay there?
No.
It's not. So this is something good you can reference. You don't need to know all the things that they just talked about because it's quite technical. You could just say something like, you do remember what happened back in 2008, 2009, we had the recession, right? Because of the housing market. Well, the same guy that predicted that happening has just made a huge prediction about Wall Street. In fact, he's actually invested a tremendous amount of money, you know, against stock market like he did before. I don't know if that makes sense or not. I suggest you watch The Big Short and then write this down, PBD's podcast for Michael Burry. If you type that in, it's going to come up. And watch that podcast. We just took part of it, by the way. We just took a clip of it, okay?
Did it just come out?
This about a month ago, because it's only about 2 months ago we made that investment. So yeah, maybe about a month ago. All right. So let's talk about the process real quick. We think there's two different directions you can go as far as selling annuity. Okay. The first one we talked about. It's called field training. And if you don't have a playbook, you need to buy a playbook.
Yeah.
You need to buy a playbook. I mean, it's going to break you. I think they're $20. Okay. I think they're still running $20. But in there, it tells you literally from page 73 to 76 exactly how a field training appointment is run. Okay. But the most important part that you need to understand is that somebody is recruited. By who? Say me. No, convincingly. By who? Me. And then who's doing the fast start?
Me.
The CFT is doing the fast start. The most important thing that needs to be done in that fast start is what? Top 25, not the top 10, top 12, 13. We're not handing it to them and say, can you fill this out, please, and turn it back into me tomorrow? No. Juan got to work with best. Sheena. Sapala. The best at fast starting. But the bottom line is that top 25 needs to be done. And then that top 25, then phone calls get done during when? Phone zone. So when you're at home on Monday night, because you think that, you know, the Giants might actually beat the Bills. Right? But you decide to stay home and instead of phone zone, or, you know, I'm there on Saturday, I'm there on Tuesday, I got to go on Monday too. You don't understand. This is an all in or you're not in business. You can show up on Tuesdays and Saturdays and look the part. You can hide yourself down the hallway and back. But until you make the decision to say, I'm doing this thing all the way, don't expect results that you probably could achieve if you really decided to go all in. Okay? I'm skipping way ahead and I'm not doing it on purpose. All right. So that's the field training side. That's what we do. We match up the appointments. During those appointments, you're going to get trained. Closes are going to be made. You're going to be split on the commissions. You're not giving anything away. You're not giving anything away. They're sharing with you. They're sharing with you. It's your client. It's your top 25. It's your prospect. Great. Congratulations. Take that to the bank and see what type of deposit you're going to make with it. They have the skills to close it. They're sharing with you. The commissions, they're sharing with you the expertise. And then after a time, you're going to be one of those people. So don't fall into that trap if somebody else is giving you that nonsense. How long you been here? 6 years. What's your level? Well, I'm going to be an associate pretty soon. But let me tell you how this business works. Get away from me. Go talk to somebody that's succeeding. Go talk to somebody that's succeeding. Okay, makes sense?
Yeah.
All right. So with that said, the other way is current life clients. So who in here thinks they have the most life insurance policies in force? Margo, how many life policies do you have in force? We'll pick on you.
150.
150. 150. He should have 5 annuities sold in the next 60 days. Because he has 150 people to call. Jose, how are you?
Great,
Listen, how's the family?
amazing.
Is your wife still insulting me? Your girlfriend
Yep.
still, is she? Okay. Your girlfriend, sorry?
Inviting you to Venice.
So, hey, listen, all joking aside, the reason I'm calling tonight is to let you know, first of all, thank you for being one of our clients. We like to reach out from time to time to make sure everything's good. But I also want to let you know that our company, PHP Agency, has partnered with some of the largest life insurance companies offering annuities that are in the marketplace. And we are really starting to move towards helping more of our current clients make sure that their retirement is protected. Jose, are you aware that millions of Americans are losing billions of dollars in their 401ks, 403bs, and retirement plans because it's invested in the market?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, billions of dollars because of where the stock market is. So if you don't mind me asking, what do you currently have? Do you have any old 401ks?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Great. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to set up an opportunity for you to meet with our retirement expert. It's only 15, 20 minutes of your time, 30 max. But the whole purpose is to give you value and to teach you a little bit about where you are now and where you're heading with what you currently have. Is that something you'd be willing to do in the next 6 days?
Yes.
Great. Say no.
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay, great. So listen, you and I have known each other for a long time and I just need a favor. I'm currently being certified to be able to help people in the area that we just talked about. I need to have 10 appointments where I sit with one of our retirement experts and watch them go through the material. You're not obligated in any way, but you'd be helping me with one of those 10. Could you do that in the next week just for me?
All right, for sure.
See, it's no different than when you started recruiting. Remember we used to use that? So why wouldn't it work here? It will work here. It's a great way for you to get to your clients. On top of that, we're going to go over the house presentation in a second. That's perfect for clients. Remember the house presentation? Yeah. We're going to show it to you right now, but the house presentation talks about building what? A foundation. So those are the two different directions. Okay. This is something that we just started. Dina, you're going to love this. I was going to tell you earlier, but I said I'm going to save it. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
What if I told you that if you have a client that you ran an appointment with that's $250,000 or more and it's stalled, you can't get him into a closing appointment, but you were able to get on the phone call with somebody to talk to them to try and move them into an appointment, would that be something that excites you?
Yeah.
Okay, that person's me. Okay, it's called the rollover assistance line. Is to move the needle in submission process of annuity apps to agents for agents who can benefit from expert guidance. It has to be 250,000. Clients must have been given a minimum of one face-to-face presentation already, and it'll be a 10-minute three-way call. I've already done 3 of them. We're 3 for 3.
Wow.
Well, 3 for 3 for appointments. We already have one closed for 375,000. I have a call Tuesday for 1.6. So I am willing to jump on a 3-way call with you. If you have a client of a sizable amount that you just need to get over the hump, get into an appointment with your closer, and it's called the rollover assistant line. Okay. And you can send a request to Gene Chapman at phpagency.com, or you can just direct message me. And of course, I'll be back with you going back and forth to make sure it fits in that criteria. But I want to do everything I can to help.
Thank you.
I said 10-minute call. The first guy I talked to was from Whittier. I grew up in La Puente. We're 1 year apart. We were on the phone 20 minutes. We ain't talking nothing about annuities yet. Man, we were talking about cruising Whittier Boulevard and Farrell and his high school beat my high school. But that's okay. That was all locking him in, right?
Yeah.
That was all locking him in. And that appointment's going to be this Friday, by the way. This Friday coming up. All right. We're going to skip this for time. I'm going to skip this generator. Well, let me just tell you this. Sylvia and I ran a $2 million. I told you we got a $2 million pin. We ran a $2 million appointment as well as many other cases the year that we got the pin. We closed a $2 million annuity. The $2 million annuity was matched out to me by Jose Gaitan. Okay. This was a payout for the agent. The agent was an, are you ready for this?
Yes.
The agent was a trainee. I waited 2 weeks for him to get his license with F&G so I could submit the app because I wanted to do the right thing, which is to make sure he got paid.
Yeah.
His first check with PHP was $16,500. $16,500. Okay. My upline, Chris and Mary Phil, had nothing to do with the case whatsoever. They made $8,200. You want to talk about how good it is to recruit somebody? Right? Their override was $8,200. Kimberly Sabega is her name. She was the upline to this trainee. She was a director, 60%. What's the split? 30. She also got paid $16,500 for this one case. So don't be thinking about what's in it for you. You need to think about what's in it for the client. I don't care how much I get paid. I know I will get paid. I need to help these people protect their money. I need to put it in the right hands of the people that can get it closed so they can have their money protected. I'm going to benefit from it once it happens anyway. Right or wrong? Okay? So with that said, I want everybody to scan that. Take a picture of it first. Take a picture of it first. I should have told you needed your phones for my training today. Not that long, was getting about 2 hours, huh? Anybody bored?
No.
Honest, I'm okay. You guys gotta leave. I didn't fly all the way out here from Upland for nothing. It was nice. I've been home 5 days. I haven't been home 5 days since February.
You've been here for 5 days?
I've been here for 5 days. Really nice. All right. Now that you've taken a picture of it and you have it saved, I want you to go ahead and scan it and open it. Scan that and open it. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I gotta read.
All right, we're almost done. We're almost done.
Good right here.
That's it. Now, Reggie, the baby boom. If Reggie can do this, you better have your phone looking just like this. Everybody on the same page,
Yeah.
because we're gonna role play right now. So if you don't got it up, that means you're gonna. Okay. All right. So what I want you to do, I want you to tab where it says training. Click where it says training. I need to move the slide around so you see it, but it should look like this. Sorry, it should look just like this right here.
Yeah.
And when it's open, you're gonna click on training, okay? And then in there, it's gonna say house script. Open up that house script. All right, when it opens, shrink it to where it's on the screen perfectly and take a snapshot of it, if you can do that. I know there's a lot of instructions for you. If not, you can do it later. All right, but this is the house presentation. This house presentation can be used for anybody. But I really like it. I really like it for current clients. You know why? I'm going to go back to Jose. Jose, you and I talked about a little bit about your retirement. Can I show you something real simple?
Yes,
It's called the house presentation.
okay,
So in this illustration, I'm going to build you a house.
okay,
Okay? I'm going to build you a house. Would you like me to start with the roof or the foundation?
roof.
You want me to start with the roof? No, we can't start with the roof. There's no problem with that. There's no problem with that. But most houses are built how?
From the bottom up.
Bottom up. So I'm not gonna let him throw me off. You're gonna have some people say roof. No problem. No problem. You just gotta pull them, you gotta reel them in, right? So the foundation. Let's say I build you an awesome foundation. Can you move into that house without a roof?
No,
Okay? So in essence, you're telling me you need both.
yes,
Well, your foundation represents your life insurance. Like the $1 million policy that you have and the $500,000 policy she has. If something happens to you or your spouse, your income is replaced and your financial house still stands. I'm edifying him because he what? He's already got the foundation. That's the connection. Like, dude, you're already halfway with me. I helped you with that foundation. Make sense?
Yeah.
It's a connection. The roof represents your retirement income. Now, Jose, if you could protect it the same way, would you be interested?
yeah,
So what do you currently have in place for retirement? Old 401ks, IRAs, or something else?
all 401k.
You have an old 401k for a previous employer?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna stop right there and take notes. Okay, well, how much is it? Where's it went? I'm just, the mental note, right? The next step is to set up a time to discuss your options. Would Wednesday or Thursday be better, 6 or 8?
Wednesday,
Great.
8.
So when I return, I'll be with my senior marketing director, Dina Esquivel. They're gonna say, you're who? I'm gonna be with my VP. You bringing Kamala Harris? right? They don't understand our language. What they do understand is retirement expert, because they have a retirement and they only want to talk to who? An expert. So I'll be with my retirement expert and we'll be able to discuss options on how to protect your funds. So that's what you're gonna do real quick. I mean, we're gonna do it in 1 minute. 1 minute each. And I'm gonna know who has their phones open. I want you to turn to the person next to you and I want you to role play this. I want you to read it to them. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, once you've done it, have the partner go back. Let's go. All right, we should be on the other one now. Reverse. All right. So my challenge to you, I know we're probably not done yet, but I need to close. My challenge to you, now that you have this, is to practice it. In fact, when I'm done, I'm gonna leave this up so you can take another, if you don't have it anymore, save it in your Google Drive. I copied it and put it in my notes. When I open up my notes on my iPhone, it has QR code info, and I touch on it and boom, it opens up just like that. So however it is you save it, you want to save it so you have it. Okay, but this house presentation is something that you can utilize with everybody. But it's simply talking about annuities. It's talking about the market. It's talking about everything. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is a 59.5 rule. The 59.5 rule says 401ks, 403bs, TSPs, and all of those. If I am already 59.5 years old, I can roll over my 401k or any of those, even where I'm currently employed, I can roll the money over. If I'm not 59.5 years old yet, I can still roll over that money, but it maybe is from a previous employer. I worked at this place for 10 years. I changed jobs. I got laid off or whatever. There was a 401k there. It's still there. I have a new job. I can roll that over. But once I'm 59.5 years old, I have full control over what I do with my funds, and I can roll it over even where I'm employed. Write this down. Here's my closing nugget. December 31st, 2023. December 31st, 2023. How far away is that? A couple of months. Every baby boomer in America is going to be 59.5 years old. Every baby boomer in America. There's 10,000 a day retiring in America. December of this year, every single one of us is already going to be 59.5 years old.
1964, I'll be 59.5 next month.
Boom.
Everything else.
Let's talk after.
Yes. That's the next word.
So are you telling me I can walk down the street and say, hey, Reggie, I don't mean to ask your age, you look like you're a baby boomer. But he says I am.
Yeah.
After December, I don't gotta ask him if he's 59.5. I don't have to, I know for sure. I could start a conversation. You're a baby boomer. It's already January. I know for sure he's a baby boomer. I mean, I'm for sure he's already 59.5. Now I can say, Reggie, are you aware that millions of Americans are losing millions of dollars in their retirement accounts like 401ks, 403, TSPs because they're invested directly in the market? No, I didn't know that. So you're a baby boomer. Where's your retirement at? I have a 401k. How much money have you gained in the last couple of years? You know what he's going to say, right? I've what? I've lost money. So Reggie, if I could show you someplace where that money can be put, where you're guaranteed you'll never lose a penny of it. When times are good, you'll gain, but you never have to worry about losses when times are like they are in the stock market now. Is that something you'd be interested in hearing about? Great. I'd like to get you in touch with one of our retirement experts. Very simple, low key. Our office is right here in Riverside, whatever it might be. In your home, kneecap to kneecap, whatever it might be. If you did that 10 times a day, you're going to knock down 2 appointments a day. Hands down. You know how you're not going to knock down appointments? Doing what you're doing right now. Not even talking about it. Oh, I need to wait until I'm trained better. I need to know more. No, you need to get on the bike and ride the damn thing. You're going to fall off, I promise you. Don't worry. Your field trainer's there to pick you back up. All right. But with that said, I have a call to action. Just to go see the people, draw that house presentation, talk to them about it, set up an appointment with the closer. I'm looking for the Riverside office to scale annuities in the next 3 months. Are you in? Thank you very much. It's great being here. I got one more time. Let's go out.
Oh, phenomenal, guys. Just quick nuggets, just 2 nuggets. Anybody wants to, did you learn something new today?
Yeah.
Anybody? What did you learn? New scripts. You have new scripts. What else? 59.5. Perfect. Genesis and Exodus. Okay. Cookie jar. Awesome. Are you guys gonna do this now?
Yeah.
Yeah.